Hello, my name is Nicole, and thank you so much for taking this time out to listen. Today, I titled this message, Widows Need Love Too. Widows need love too. Now, at the time that I am recording this message, I am not a widow. But it wasn't that long ago that my family buried a widow. And the Lord gave me a word in the spirit recently about widows. He said to tell the people that God loves widows. He also reminded me that the church is supposed to be taking care of the widows right along with the community. Widows typically rely on the income of those that they're partnered with in addition to their own income. But when they become ill and they're no longer able to work, or there is an agreement that one of the two will not be working, when that husband or wife dies, there is a stress, a financial stress, and then, of course, they have the children who they have to care for. They also have bills left behind by a partner, as well as their own debt. They may have a support system, or they may not, depending on what their connection is to other folks. Sometimes the deceased didn't get along with some folks, which makes the social circle a bit small. Sometimes the partner that is surviving did not really mesh or connect with certain folks. So there is a lot of problems that take place when one passes away and has a family left behind. God loves the widows. God cares about the widows. God blesses widows. God connects widows with new partners. God will move on the spirit or spirits of the widow's children to step up to the plate to help out. When someone has lost a loved one, this is not the time for some singles to be moving in on that one who has lost his wife or husband. But that sort of thing takes place. Some of you all are well aware of it. If you're not guilty of it, you know of some folks who, the minute the wife or the husband died, suddenly some folks are coming out the woodwork and they're being a little bit too close for comfort. Widows are targets. They're targets by those who are looking for a little financial boost. A widow has to guard her finances, her estate. A male widow, he has to watch his back as well. The widow that my family buried, she had a lot of advice prior to her leaving this world. And because she had gone through so much in her life, she wasn't always the nicest person. She had pains that she was dealing with long after her husband had passed. And we have to be mindful of that sort of thing as well. Sometimes people's health ends up going downhill as a result. And unfortunately, they end up passing away soon after their husband or wife leaves this world. Some people cannot mentally or physically deal with the stress, and so they start contemplating very dark things. We have to be prayerful of those individuals who they may not tell us what they're thinking about, But there is something a bit odd, a bit off, a bit strange when we go around a widow who is still grieving very much their partner. It may be partners, because some widows have ex-husbands and ex-wives that they are dealing with. And that ex-wife or ex-husband may not be very accommodating, may not bring the children around, any number of things. So the widow has a lot of challenges ahead after a loved one dies. We have to be sensitive, loving, caring, supportive when we can, even if we don't necessarily like the person. When God moves on our spirit to do something, then we do it. Because we never know. Those of us who are married, we never know when we're going to be widows. We never know who we might need. We never know who's going to step up to the plate when individuals find out that our husband or wife is gone. So this is a time for us to bow our heads and to take a moment of silence for all of those who have lost husbands and wives. May God bless you and those you love.